रघुपति राघव राजा पतित पावन सीताराम।
Non-violence is the greatest force at the disposal of mankind. It is mightier than the mightiest weapon of destruction devised by the ingenuity of man. These are the great words said none other than by Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. Good morning, respected CEO sir, principal sir, teachers and my dear friends. I am Aryan Nair and I will be hosting today's assembly. As you all know, today is a very special day. Today, October 2nd, we celebrate Gandhi Jayanthi every year. It is the birthday of Mahatma Gandhi, whom we dearly call Bapu. He devoted his entire life for India's independence with his strong weapon, non-violence. Because of that, he has been named the father of the nation. Not only India, but the whole world celebrate this day as the International Day of Non-Violence. Now we'll be moving on to today's agenda. A person who sings prays twice. Alan will now be singing the prayer song.
Walking with the Lord, we are walking in the morning. Lift up your hearts, for you're walking with God. Singing to the Lord, we are singing in the sunshine. Lift up your hearts, for you're singing to God. Hand in hand with everyone, we are walking, walking. Black and white and brown together, walking, walking. Singing new songs now, living new lives. Building new bridges, walking distant miles. Where we are walking with the Lord, we are walking in the morning. Lift up your hearts, for you're walking with God. Singing to the Lord, we are singing in the sunshine. Lift up your hearts, for you're singing to God.
Thank you, Alan. It is very important to be thankful to God for all the good things we have in our life. Now we'll have the school prayer by Jeevan.
Father of all mercies, I offer you my studies and other duties. Bless our institution, our teachers and our students. Make the school always be home of truth, wisdom, faith and excellence. Helping me to build the whole community. Inspire me to choose good and follow truth. Kindly lead and bless us all the way. Amen.
Thank you, Jeevan. We are now taking the pledge, declaring our allegiance and devotion towards the nation and call upon Jeff for pledge.
National Pledge. India is my country and all Indians are my brothers and sisters. I love my country and I am proud of its rich and varied heritage. I shall always strive to be worthy of it. I shall give my parents, teachers and all elders respect and treat everyone with courtesy. To my country and to my people I pledge my devotion. In there will be and prosperity alone lies my happiness. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Jeff. A good thought always has a special place in our hearts. Next, we have the thought of the day by Daniel.
Hello everyone. Today's quote of the day is, "My religion is based on truth and non-violence. Truth is my God. Non-violence is the means of realizing Him." Gandhiji embraced the darts of the bullets he did with might of his pain for others. The depth of his faith in God, he hugged them. He had been greatly influenced by Jesus. He forgave and freed the man who shot him. Gandhiji had a dream for a new India that may or may not be rich, may or may not be powerful, but will be fair and just to its own poor and to the immiserated everywhere. He believed in learning from the truth. He said the way of peace is the way to truth, and the aim of his non-violent conflict was to convert the opponent to win over his mind and his heart, and to pursue him to the point of view, and this is Gandhiji's achievement. Thank you and have a nice day.
As it is very important for all of us to know what is happening currently around the world, I now invite Saiden to read out the news.
China held the 5th round of diplomatic talks on the LAC standoff and again agreed on the need to implement a consensus to disengage and also set the stage for next commando level talks. The fresh unlock guidelines issued by the center allow cinemas to reopen from October 15th. The MHA has allowed states to reopen schools in a graded manner. At least 455 villages in the flood affected districts in Assam still remain submerged. Daily life in some areas continues to be difficult as the flood have not yet receded. Puzzled scientists seek reasons behind Africa's low fatality rates from pandemic. In Kerala, the COVID-19 positive case may go up to 15,000 per day by mid-October. So people are urged to take precautions. Sport news. Indian Premier League 2020. Mumbai Indians and Kings 11 look to emerge stronger. That's all the news for today. Have a great day.
Moving on, we now have a poem on Gandhiji presented by Govind.
Gandhi, തനിയെ നടന്നു നീ പോവുക, തളർന്നാലുമരുതേ പരാശ്രയവുമിളവും. അനുഗാമിയില്ലാത്ത പതിക, തുടർന്നാലുമിടറാതെ നിൻ ധീരഗാനം. തുടർന്നാലുമിടറാതെ നിൻ ധീരഗാനം. പൈതങ്ങൾ പാടുന്നു രാജഘട്ടത്തിലെ പിടയുമീ അഗ്നിക്കു മുന്നിൽ. പൈതങ്ങൾ പാടുന്നു രാജഘട്ടത്തിലെ പിടയുമീ അഗ്നിക്കു മുന്നിൽ. വെടികൊണ്ട പക്ഷിയെവിടെയോ പകർന്ന ചിറകച്ചയിഴയുന്നു വിണ്ണിൽ. വെടികൊണ്ട പക്ഷിയെവിടെയോ പകർന്ന ചിറകച്ചയിഴയുന്നു വിണ്ണിൽ. രാത്തു കഴിഞ്ഞ ശ്രുതിയും തീർന്നു ഗായകർ നാണയം വാങ്ങി പിരിഞ്ഞു പോയി. രാത്തും കഴിഞ്ഞ ശ്രുതിയും തീർന്നു ഗായകർ നാണയം വാങ്ങി പിരിഞ്ഞു നായകർ പൂവിട്ടു ഭജനം കഴിച്ചു വേഗം. കരിമ്പൂച്ചകൾക്കു അവങ്ങെപ്പോഴേ യാത്രയായി. ഒരു ഭ്രാന്തനേതോരത്തരിത്രരുദ്രൻ മാത്രമെരിയുന്ന കാട്ടാൽ വലത്തു വച്ചു മൗന വചനക്കടൽ പോലുറഞ്ഞു. ശമിക്കാത്ത കഥനമായി പെയ്തും നടക്കയാണിപ്പോഴും. ഇങ്ങു ഞാനെന്തേ തിരഞ്ഞു വന്നു, ഇങ്ങു ഞാനെന്തേ തിരഞ്ഞു വന്നു. ഭീതമെഞ്ചുതിരയജ്ഞം പിഴച്ചുവല്ലോ. കുടിലയന്ത്രങ്ങളിൽ രൂഢമന്ത്രം ജപിച്ചെയ്തൊരസ്ത്രമെൻ നെഞ്ചിലേ വീണുവല്ലോ. എങ്ങാത്മരക്ഷയെന്നെങ്ങേ തിരഞ്ഞു വഴിയെല്ലാം അടഞ്ഞു നിൽക്കുമ്പോൾ. എങ്ങാത്മരക്ഷയെന്നെങ്ങേ തിരഞ്ഞു വഴിയെല്ലാം അടഞ്ഞു നിൽക്കുമ്പോൾ. ഒന്നൊന്നും അറിയാത്ത ദുഃഖങ്ങളാം നട്ടു കുഞ്ഞുങ്ങളെന്തിനോ പട്ടു തുടരുന്നു. കുഞ്ഞുങ്ങളെന്തിനോ പട്ടു തുടരുന്നു. തനിയേ നടന്നു നീ പോവുക, തളർന്നാലുമരുതേ പരാശ്രയവുമിളവും. അനുഗാമിയില്ലാത്ത പതിക, അനുഗാമിയില്ലാത്ത പതിക. നിൻ ദീപമീയവനിൽ സ്നേഹമാം ദൈവം. അവനു പേരെന്ന ശാന്തി ഗീതമാണെന്നുമേ ഗാന്ധി സ്ഥിരമാം സ്നേഹമേ ശാന്തി ശാന്തി ഗീതമാണെന്നുമേ ഗാന്ധി.
Thank you, Govind. Moving on, I would like to welcome Hari Govind to give us a speech on the topic of non-violence.
Good morning everyone. My name is Hari Govind Ajit and we have gathered here to celebrate the birthday of Mahatma Gandhi. This is Gandhiji's 151st birth anniversary. Because of his struggle for India's independence, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose gave him the name known as Father of the Nation. Sometimes we call him Bapu. In India, Gandhi Jayanthi is celebrated every year on 2nd October to pay a tribute to him who devoted his life for India's independence by using his strong weapon, non-violence. Not only in India, in fact in the whole world. But this day is also celebrated as International Day of Non-Violence. Gandhi Jayanti is celebrated to remember Gandhi's main principles of peace and non-violence, and to educate and inspire the present generation the contribution made by Gandhiji to make India an independent country. He has gone through a long struggle so that the people of India can breathe in an independent nation. He was a devotee of truth and non-violence. In his honor, the UN General Assembly has announced this day as the International Day of Non-Violence on 15th June 2007. Every year, Gandhi Jayanti is feasted at Rajghat, Delhi, and our Prime Minister along with the President of India gathers here to pay the tribute by offering flowers to his tomb. Also, his favorite song, Raghupati Raghav Raja Ram, is sung for him. All the schools, colleges, private offices and government organizations remain closed on this national holiday. Gandhiji's full name was Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. He was born in a small coastal town of Gujarat known as Porbandar in 1869. He was an honest man and a truth lover. In 1888, he completed his law in the UK and then shifted to South Africa to practice it. After 21 years, he started with peaceful civil disobedience or satyagraha. After coming back to India with ahimsa, he fought for freedom of India from the British rule. It is because of him and the other national freedom fighters India got freedom from 200 years of slavery. Gandhiji, being such a great leader, preferred to wear khadi clothes. He never accepted British rule and always followed the old traditional culture of India. He always encouraged the people of India to have faith in themselves and fight for their rights. He asked the Indians to not serve the British and fight for their freedom. It is because of his devotion and struggle that India is a free bird today. He did great works, although his life, which still has an impact on the people in this modern era. He has worked with great effort to achieve Swaraj, to remove untouchability customs from society, the eradication of other social evils, empowering women's rights, developing the economic condition of farmers and many more. Many leaders and freedom fighters have also contributed their part in getting India's independence, such as Azad, Bhagat Singh, Rajguru and many more. They have fought till the death has touched their feet and taken them to heaven. In this history of India, these national freedom fighters, along with Gandhiji, will always be remembered. India finally got its independence on 15th August 1947, and we celebrate this day as Independence Day every year. Thank you.
Thank you, Hari Govind, for an inspiring speech that reminded us on the principles of peace and non-violence. Now we have a special program presented by Tanya and Roanna.
Oh no, that's not right.
Yes, it is right. Okay, now let me ask you a question. When is Gandhi Jayanthi celebrated, Roanna?
October 10th?
I'm afraid your answer is wrong. It is October 2nd.
You are absolutely right. I went muddle-headed. I remember he was born in Porbandar, a coastal district in Gujarat. Am I right?
Yes, you are right. On October 2nd, 1869. His father was a chief minister of Porbandar, a princely state.
It seems that you have made a research. Tell me more about him.
His mother was a very pious lady and he got the habit of fasting from her. He did his schooling in Ahmedabad and went to London to study law.
After his studies in London, he came back to India at the age of 22 and he later went to South Africa as a lawyer to help a merchant, right?
You too had a research?
Yesterday I was reading about his years in South Africa. There he met it with justice and color discrimination and he started fighting with the English. He was there for 21 years.
Gandhiji came to India in 1915 and he joined the International Congress, and by 1920 he took up its leadership. I have heard that he insisted in the non-cooperation movement.
I think in 1921 he started wearing dhoti to be one among the poor.
Yes, he continued it till his death.
Then salt satyagraha.
Yes, it was in 1930. Gandhiji defied the English and marched to Dandi.
Swaraj.
Yes, he advised all Indians to give up foreign things.
Then
You make me speak a lot.
it is very interesting.
In 1942, he started Quit India movement.
There are many more leaders, but I like him so much. He's such a committed man.
Yeah, true. When I watched the movie Gandhi, I wept.
Me too. I wanted to hide my tears, but when I looked, my mom was sobbing. Non-violence, his main weapon, has moved millions around the world.
When India was celebrating freedom, he was among the right victims, consoling them. He started fast unto death. It brought peace.
5 months later, he was shot dead by Godse.
He thought Gandhiji was negotiating for the Muslims.
Gandhiji never thought about Hindus or Muslims or Christians. He only thought about Indians, and his mantra was non-violence.
You are right.
By the way, you did not say anything about Gandhiji's family.
He married Kasturba and had 4 children.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for what?
For the details about Gandhiji. Now I got all the details to prepare a speech for Gandhi Jayanti.
You?
Thank you. See you later.
Well done, Tanya and Roanna. A clean India has been a dream of Gandhiji and is a duty of each and every Indian citizen. Swachh Bharat Abhiyan has been the most significant and popular missions to have taken place in India. We will now have a video presentation on it.
Dum damak dum dum damkega India. Cham chamak cham cham chamkega India.
अब उठो देश के भाग जगाने हैं हमको, निर्मल निर्मल कुछ गीत रचाने हैं हमको। अब उठो देश के भाग जगाने हैं हमको, निर्मल निर्मल कुछ गीत रचाने हैं हमको।
बनकर धारा बहना है हमको बगल बगल,
बस्ती बस्ती गांव गली और हर एक नगर नगर, स्वच्छता की जोत जागी है, स्वच्छता की जोत जागी है, जगमग जगमग सी जोत जागी है, स्वच्छता की जोत जागी है, दम 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 केगा इंडिया, चमक चम चम चमकेगा इंडिया। जिद पे आ जाए देश मेरा, देश मेरा फिर देखना तुम।
कोना कोना जगमग जगमग होना ही है।
अब ठान के मुट्ठी कसने की बारी है।
हर दिशा दिशा का मुखड़ा जब से ढूंढा है।
स्वच्छता की जोत जागी स्वच्छता की प्रकाश स्वच्छता की जोत जागी चमक दम 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 के इंडिया चमक चमक चम 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 के इंडिया।
We now have a song presented by Aishwarya Ajit and Madhav.
വട്ടക്കണ്ണട വെച്ചിട്ട് വടിയും കുത്തി നടന്നിട്ട് നമുക്കു നാടിതു നേടിത്തന്ന നമ്മുടെ ഗാന്ധി അപ്പൂപ്പൻ. വട്ടക്കണ്ണട വെച്ചിട്ട് വടിയും കുത്തി നടന്നിട്ട് നമുക്കു നാടിതു നേടിത്തന്ന നമ്മുടെ ഗാന്ധി അപ്പൂപ്പൻ. ഗാന്ധി അപ്പൂപ്പൻ ഗാന്ധി അപ്പൂപ്പൻ. നല്ലതു മാത്രം ചെയ്യാനും നല്ലവരായി നടക്കാനും നമ്മോട് ഓതുകയാണ് അപ്പൂപ്പൻ, നമ്മുടെ ഗാന്ധി അപ്പൂപ്പൻ. നല്ലതു മാത്രം ചെയ്യാനും നല്ലവരായി നടക്കാനും നമ്മോട് ഓതുകയാണ് അപ്പൂപ്പൻ, നമ്മുടെ ഗാന്ധി അപ്പൂപ്പൻ. ഗാന്ധി അപ്പൂപ്പൻ ഗാന്ധി അപ്പൂപ്പൻ. തൊഴുകയോടെ നമിക്കാനും തോക്കില്ലാതെ ജയിക്കാനും നമ്മെ പണ്ട് പഠിപ്പിച്ചല്ലോ നമ്മുടെ ഗാന്ധി അപ്പൂപ്പൻ. തൊഴുകയോടെ നമിക്കാനും തോക്കില്ലാതെ ജയിക്കാനും നമ്മെ പണ്ട് പഠിപ്പിച്ചല്ലോ നമ്മുടെ ഗാന്ധി അപ്പൂപ്പൻ. ഗാന്ധി അപ്പൂപ്പൻ ഗാന്ധി അപ്പൂപ്പൻ.
Beautifully presented Aishwarya Ajit and Madhav. Now, please allow me to invite our respected CEO sir, Mr. Kuryakos, to convey a message to our teachers and students.
2nd October is observed as Gandhi Jayanthi. This year we celebrate 151st birth anniversary of the father of the nation. Gandhi was born in Porbandar on 2nd October 1869. He was the pioneer of Satyagraha and forerunner of non-violent civil disobedience. This day is also celebrated as International Day of Non-Violence. The word Mahatma is made up of two Hindi words, Mahan and Atma, meaning a great soul. He linked up to his universal message, my life is my message. Gandhiji was a man of great character. He always favored truth and honesty. He lived a life of simplicity and discipline. His autobiography, My Experiment with Truth, is worth reading. I implore you all to uphold the values Gandhi had exemplified today.
Thank you very much, sir, for those motivating words. We would now like to welcome our respected principal, sir, Mr. Johnson, to say a few words.
Dear respected CEO, teachers, and my dear loving children, today we celebrate Gandhi Jayanthi. Gandhiji is one of the greatest teachers of the world. His whole life was a big book, an open book which anybody could learn. The more you read, the more fathomed you feel about it. When I was a student, I used to wonder why Gandhiji was not given Nobel Prize. When I grew, I knew the reason. He was far above Nobel Prize or any award. I admire Gandhiji. If you ask me why, I will have to give you a long list. But now I give you very few. Gandhiji was not after power and position. After a long fight through non-violence, when India obtained freedom, he could take any position in the government. But he preferred to stay outside power politics. When swearing-in ceremony was taking place, he was heading to Calcutta, where riot broke out after partition. He was able to bring peace back, what otherwise many battalions of soldiers could not have done. He believed the real power lies in serving the people. Gandhiji dreamed India to become a Ramraj. Lord Sri Ram in the Ramayana made sure justice was prevailing in his kingdom, no nepotism. So Gandhiji wished our India to become a Ramraj, kingdom of God, where every citizen can enjoy justice, equal justice. Mahatma was greatly committed to the people. You know why he became half naked. When the English called him half naked fakir, he took it as a compliment. He decided when all the people of India have enough to wear, he also would wear. My dear children, you are our hope. You are going to be our leaders and decide the destiny of our land. So, take this path. This is the right one. Serve the people selflessly. Make sure you will be an instrument to prevail justice. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now please welcome Miss Suma ma'am to give a short speech.
Dear respected CEO, respected principal, colleagues, and my dear children. One of the best things modern India gave to the world is Gandhiji. Today we remember him in a special way as we are celebrating his birthday. This seemingly frail man was able to bring millions and millions together for a single cause, freedom of the land. Though they belonged to different caste, culture, languages, mindset, and financial background, he could lead them as a single unit. His spiritual power enabled him to do it. His life was a message for the people. If Gandhiji were alive today, I think he would not allow us to celebrate his birthday. He would ask us to go and serve the lowliest of the people because he was doing it. He would ask us to hold fast justice and non-violence because he was practicing it. How do you celebrate Gandhi Jayanti? When I asked these questions to my students, some of them told me that they would be a part of Swachh Bharat. Great, we should. But we should not stop with that. We should try to copy one of his qualities in our life. He preferred to say what he did and he did what he said. He was very strict to himself but was very considerate to others. He was an embodiment of justice. All these virtues are interdependent. If we practice one, others will accompany it. This will be the best tribute that we can pay to our Bapuji. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Suma ma'am. And thank you all for your encouraging words. We will now end the assembly with the national anthem sung by Iron.
Jai